I'm Dr. Roger Knapp, a pediatrician. I'd like to talk to you about picky eaters. Common question we get in our offices. My child won't eat the vegetables or won't eat this. He hardly eats anything. And this typically starts closer to 2, 3, 4 years of age. And by that time, though, they're only gaining about 3, 4 pounds a year. 1 pound every 3 or 4 months. I can gain 1 pound in 3 or 4 minutes. And so they just don't eat much. In fact, frequently eat 1 meal a day. And the 3 of us have a job. The parent's job is to offer the proper foods. It's the child's job to eat enough, and we've never seen a kid starve. There's food right in front of him. If he doesn't eat enough, it's our job to figure out what's wrong with the child, not your job to make him eat. And so the child can get rather picky because they need so little food, 1 meal a day, and the other meals they'll nibble pick at. So what happens is they push the meats and veggies away and may just hold out till the next morning when they can eat their breakfast cereal every morning. Or a little bit later, the parent gets upset because they're not eating and they pull out macaroni, cheese, or whatever. And you got the child picking their diet rather than us, the more intelligent ones, picking out the diet. And so the trouble is trying to work with these picky eaters when they start to not like their vegetables. It's like the joke, what's the difference between broccoli and boogers? Your kids will eat their boogers, although my kids like broccoli. In this situation, you can work this in 3 ways, the picky eater. And it doesn't matter which one, but just do it every day. The first way is to outweight them. If you wait long enough, man, this kid will eat the dog food. Kids in foreign countries, they get so hungry, they'll eat anything that moves. And so you could just pull out the vegetables and meats, and again that night, and again next morning, and after 2 or 3 days going hungry, this sucker will eat anything. The second way is to disguise it, and that's actually the way I prefer. Grind up the vegetables and put it in a macaroni cheese or in a spaghetti sauce. There's carrot cake, zucchini bread. And Seinfeld's wife wrote a book called Deceptively Delicious, and ways you can cook and prepare some vegetables and foods where it makes it more palatable to kids. If they like sour pickles, cut up the vegetables in small pieces and put it into pickle juice and pickle it. As long as he eats it, we don't care. So get kind of creative. There's zucchini bread and there's carrot cake. Also, if you don't like a certain vegetable, let's say Brussels sprouts, you don't cook them. The child's trapped in your restaurant. If you don't like a certain vegetable, you don't cook it, but you cook what you like and you expect the kid to like the vegetable that you like. Well, that's a good time for raw carrot sticks or raw broccoli and dip in the ranch dressing kind of thing, so that you don't have to cook separate for everybody. We don't want you to be a short order cook. But once you put that vegetable on the plate, and then he needs to eat it. There's also another video of mine talking about not finishing the kid's plate, and that's, you don't have to make them finish it, but these are the proper foods, and once you finish that, then you can have some dessert. Just keep it in proportion that this much proper food eaten gets you this many cookies. And as long as you keep it in proportion, then you don't make them finish their plates, but entice them. Oh, you've eaten this much? That's half a cookie. And that sometimes that'll help that. So I like to disguise the vegetables. Grind up the vegetables into a powder and put it into whatever they're eating. The third way is to let them eat what they dang well want. Give them a chewable vitamin either way, no matter how you're feeding your kid. They need vitamins. We recommend Flintstone Complete with iron and zinc in the long list of ingredients, because the gummy bears don't have iron. It's just candy, causes cavities. We really recommend the Flintstone chewable that's got iron and zinc. The child, if he gets vitamins and some calcium and some milk, then to be blunt, your child's still starving, thriving and growing. He's not starving. He's just eating, not so great of food. The difficulty there is that one day we let them eat what they want, and the next day you're fussing at them to eat their vegetables, and we're not being consistent. Decide which way you want to play the game. Either outweigh them, disguise the food, or let them eat whatever they're willing to eat. Just do it every day. Be consistent. So if it's okay to outweight them, though, it's not going to harm them. When they get older, they prefer their vegetables. That's a kind of just in different ways that you can treat the picky eater. Thank you. This is Dr. Roger Knapp.